So yesterday I put up a video asking Bungie to buff pulse rifles, and guess what? They obviously watched my video and then scrambled to make it happen. And they even posted about it on their website. So here's the rundown. So Bungie showed us some graphs confirming what we already knew, that auto rifles were dominating in terms of usage in PvP, and rightfully so, because they're the easiest guns to use and consistently get kills with. According to the graph, in PvE, all the primary weapons are getting some love except pulse rifles. They're the least used weapons in the game. In addition to rebalancing the weapon types, it seems that they want to make range a more important stat now. Bungie wants us to choose between stability and range. The changes that they're going to make are reduce the base damage of auto rifles by 2.5%, although high rate of fire auto rifles like Atheon's Epilogue will take less of a reduction. They also want to reduce effective range so that damage fall off is something we actually consider, and we'll have to decide between better range or more accuracy. According to Bungie, the range stat will be more critical to long distance engagements. Now for the buffs. Bungie says that pulse rifles should be in the middle ground between auto rifles and scout rifles, and rightfully so. They say that pulse rifles should be optimal at medium range, but still effective at short or long range. So they're buffing pulse rifles damage by 9.7%, that's almost a 10% buff, to bring its DPS more in line with the other primaries. This sounds pretty promising, but I just hope it's enough. Because if it's not, we all know how long it takes Bungie to address things like this. So hopefully, I can start using the pulse rifles that are gathering dust in my vault after this patch gets dropped. For hand cannons, Bungie wants them to be ideal in close to mid range and reward players that are very accurate. And hand cannons do that right now, but the problem according to Bungie is that they're a little too good in long range situations. And they don't want hand cannons stepping in on scout rifle and sniper rifle territory. So Bungie is reducing the hand cannons range and giving them a slight reduction to initial accuracy, which according to them is unnoticeable at close to medium range, but would prevent people from sniping with hand cannons. I never use hand cannons long range in Crucible, but I would sometimes do it in PvE, so that's kind of a bummer for me, but I guess I'll just work my sniper a little bit more. So now for fusion rifles. According to Bungie, they've been largely untouched since Destiny launched, and it's been great to watch the community slowly adopt these weapons and understand how to use them effectively. That's hilarious. So it's been great to watch people running around with fast charging fusion rifles, murdering everyone and inducing rage and breaking controllers and shit like that. That's a nice way of putting it. Basically, what Bungie wants to do is make it so that fusion rifles require you to predict a target's movement to get the kill. So they're increasing the spread of projectiles to stop people from getting kills from obnoxious ranges, but it also makes the weapon better at spreading damage into a group, so I guess it's good for PvE. Initial starting ammo will be reduced in the Crucible though, which I think is definitely fair because you can basically use a fusion rifle as a primary at the moment. Now for shotguns. Again, the graphs show us data that we already knew to be true. Lots of people use shotguns in PvP, but no one uses them in PvE. According to Bungie, in PvE activities, the reward of a close quarter shotgun attack on any non-grunt enemy doesn't give you enough damage spike to warrant using this weapon. No shit. Also, in PvP, there's the same problem of being able to use it as your primary, and Bungie says that some shotguns are lethal in unexpected ranges. That's funny because I have one of those shotguns and it's fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna be pretty sad if I can't use it anymore, but it's totally fair because it's just obnoxious how good the range is on that thing. I'll have to show it to you guys before they drop this patch. So they're doubling the damage you do with shotguns to non-guardians and reducing high-end range values, so in the Crucible you have to be even closer to get your kills. Honestly though, aside from this one blue overpowered shotgun that I have, I really don't see this as a problem. I thought shotguns were fine. I think that all they needed was an ammo nerf. But I guess we'll have to wait and find out before we pass judgment. I hope that this PvP nerf doesn't make fusion rifles the de facto choice for a secondary now, because that would suck because they're pretty freaking annoying. But with the nerfs to fusion rifles, maybe they won't be as bad, so maybe the whole thing might be fine. But I'm pretty happy about the PvE changes and I really can't wait to try them out. I just hope that they're enough to warrant using shotguns in PvE. But I'm pretty sure that like in Nightfalls and stuff like that, you're still going to use a sniper rifle because you don't want to get close, especially when something like light switch is on. And even then, even if it's off, enemies still do a shit ton of damage to you and you can die so quickly. Machine guns, scout rifles, and rocket launchers will not be changed in the upcoming patch. So that's it for this video. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to drop a like and drop a comment below and let me know what you think about these changes. And as always, subscribe for more for content like this in the future. That's it for me. Overman out.